I mean, in the old days, it was, I don't want to say it was easier, but it was, in a sense. The attack time calculation was a lot different. In the old days, the Cold War, beginning of the Cold War, whatever, a Soviet bomber takes, 5 hours to get into, position for U.S. airspace. And that's 5 hours. And then with missile technology, it eventually made its way down to about 15 minutes less with a sub-launched missile. And so suddenly your attack time, to consider a response, a retaliatory response, was down to, minutes rather than hours and hours. And now with the development of hypersonics, right, you're talking about no time whatsoever. You're talking about weapons that can completely evade current existing air defense systems. So mutual assured destruction was in part based on this idea of a retaliatory response. Right? So I can go in and I'll have time to respond to your attack. Now, it changes the calculus because
it's like
now
a sucker punch.
Yeah, exactly. And so now maybe there's not enough time for it. So it takes that off the table, which is a frightening thought. Which is why the development of hypersonics is so important, and we talked about that before. But it's part of the new theater of war.
I'm so bummed out right now.
Don't be bummed out.
I'm not bummed out about your show, but I'm terrified that this is a real scenario. When you're talking about these supersonic weapons that can go faster than the speed of sound, that we really don't have any time to retaliate, they'll hit us before we even realize it, especially if it's coming from like a submarine, right?
Yeah. Well,
and they shoot something supersonic from a submarine?
Yeah, there's been all sorts of developments in terms of because you want to be able to hypersonics, you want to be able to use a variety of platforms. Now the thing about it is the thing with submarine launched attacks was it got you closer, right? It got you closer to the target. With hypersonics, it doesn't really matter because of the speed with which they're moving and the ability to evade air defense systems, because they're moving in an unpredictable pattern. Ballistic missiles kind of go up, they come down, you can plot the trajectory, and you know how to intercept. Hypersonics don't move that way. They don't move at those predictable speeds, so that's where the attack time reaction is completely recalculated.